Have you ever felt like life is unfair? Not in a small way, not like missing a bus or failing a test you didn't study for, but in the deep, suffocating way where you feel abandoned by existence itself? Where every breath feels like a weight, and you begin to wonder if there is even a point in carrying on? If you've ever been there, if you've ever cried quietly at night and wondered why me, then this story might feel like your own reflection. A young man, only 25, was arrested for stealing. That night, his first night in prison, he sat in the corner of his cell, weeping. He wasn't crying because of the bars or the chains or the shame. He was crying because of something far heavier, the unbearable feeling that life itself had betrayed him. In the same cell, there was an old man, about 60, weathered by time but carrying in his eyes a strange calmness. He walked over and sat down beside the boy. "What is wrong with you, son?" he asked gently. The young man said nothing at first. His face was wet, his heart broken. But after a long silence, he whispered, "Why is life so hard and miserable to me?" The old man smiled faintly, but said nothing. And then, like a dam breaking, the young man poured it all out. He told the old man that he had never known his father, except from a photograph, that he had been raised by a single mother who carried the weight of two parents. He confessed that he had always wished for a father's guidance, for the kind of conversations that shape a boy into a man. But that presence never came. He explained how he drifted through college, lost and confused, eventually dropping out because he didn't know who he was or what direction to take. He spoke of a woman he once loved, kind and gentle, but admitted he didn't know how to love her back because his own heart was empty, hollow, and missing something he couldn't even describe. And finally, with tears streaming, he said, "I think life is unfair to me, and God is unfair to me. Tonight, I feel like my life is over." He turned to the old man, eyes red, and asked the question that had been haunting him. "What is life? Tell me." The old man lowered his head in silence, then lifted his eyes and asked, "Where do you live?" "With my mother." "Downtown," the boy replied. "Tell me about your mother," the old man said. The boy sighed. "She was both father and mother to me. Everything I have is because of her." "Then why didn't you mention her earlier?" the old man asked softly. "When was the last time you told her thank you? When was the last time you said, 'I love you'? When was the last time you helped her, without her asking?" The young man dropped his head. Silence. The old man smiled and said, "You see, son, you accuse life, and even God, of being unfair. But have you considered that maybe you are unfair to the very person who gave you everything? You speak of absence, but you forget presence. You complain of emptiness, but you overlook the love that has been beside you all along." Then the old man leaned back and his tone deepened. "You ask what life is? Listen carefully. Life is hard to define. Everyone defines it through their own suffering and joy. But let me share something with you. Tonight you were able to complain about your pain. But there are many who wish they could complain and cannot. Some are born without a voice. Some are blind and have never seen the sun. Some cannot walk. Some live in beds of illness, unable to move. If they focused only on what they lacked, would they ever find happiness? Would they ever achieve anything? And yet, you can walk, you can speak, you can see, you can think. Why do you not count these blessings?" The boy wiped his eyes, listening. "Life," the old man continued, "is simple to those who accept it as it is, and unbearable to those who demand it be something else. You cannot change life itself. It will always move on, whether you like it or not. The question is not whether life is fair. The question is whether you will learn to live it. Life becomes meaningful only to those who accept its challenges. These challenges are not punishments. They are teachers. They carve you, break you, and remake you into something stronger, if you let them. But if you resist, if you curse them, you remain stuck. A prisoner not of the cell, but of your own mind." The old man paused, his words cut deeper than the walls around them. "You asked, how do I overcome life's challenges? The answer is to first ask, who am I right now? Who do I want to become? And what stands between those two versions of me? When you realize the gap is yourself, you'll see the truth. The world is not your enemy. You are. To change your life, you must first change yourself. And that is the hardest thing a man can do. Because to change yourself is to fight your habits, your fears, your excuses. It demands discipline. And discipline, he said, locking eyes with the boy, is freedom. Without discipline, there is no greatness, no legend, no honor. A man without discipline is a slave to his impulses, to his wounds, to his past. So ask yourself, do you want life to live through you, or do you want to live through life? The choice is yours. That night, the boy didn't sleep. He lay awake, replaying every word. And in the morning, he was released on bail. As he stepped out of the cell, the old man smiled one last time and said, "Your father chose his own path. That does not define your worth. What matters is not his absence, but the path you choose now. Your value is not in who failed you, but in who you become." Remember that the boy walked into the morning air, carrying a new weight, not of despair, but of responsibility. Life will never be perfect. Nietzsche once said, "To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering." Plato taught that the unexamined life is not worth living. And the Stoics reminded us that the only thing we control is ourselves. Not fortune, not fate, not even the people we love. Only ourselves. So maybe the question isn't, what is life? Maybe the real question is, what will you do with the life you've been given? Because life isn't waiting to explain itself to you. It's waiting for you to live it. And now I ask you, do you want to keep blaming life for its unfairness? Or will you finally take the terrifying, liberating step of changing yourself first? The answer is yours.